Hi Collective, I feel really guided. I wasn't even going to do this, but I feel really guided to do a quick pick a card message. What do you need to know right now? I'm just going to keep it totally open, but obviously someone needs to know something if we're doing it like this so quickly and off the cuff and bing, bam, boom. Maybe something's happening really quickly for you. So I'm going to pull out 3 cards from this deck. I'll show you the cards and you can choose your group based on the cards. If more than one group calls to you, of course, watch more than one group. It's totally cool, whatever you want to do. If nothing's calling to you or the message starts and you're feeling like you're not resonating, you can choose something else, or maybe just it's not your message this time, and that's okay too. So let's pull the cards. I feel like these are going to be really short. What do you need to know right now? 3 groups. What do you need to know right now? The first one, Golden Eagle, enlightenment and success. So it could be the bird, the color gold, the sacral chakra I'm hearing, or it could be the idea of enlightenment and success, or just the imagery. So let's see the second one. We have elephant, community, and perseverance with seal, spirit, and perception. And the third group, spider, connection and shadow, and crane, dance, meditation. Do you guys want me to do an overhead and then you can look at it some more? I feel like maybe that's useful. Okay, hold on. I'll do it. Hold on a second. Okay, group 1. The Golden Eagle, enlightenment and success. It's a very powerful image. This looks like a portal to me that you're flying towards, you're moving towards, you're going higher and higher. There's some kind of storm here, maybe in the collective or maybe in your personal life, but it feels like you're actually moving with the energy of the storm, but instead of it throwing you into chaos, you're allowing it to actually elevate you and move you higher to a better understanding of something and a portal to a new timeline. So maybe you're doing some work in the collective with a collective or a group of people that are finding themselves in confusion or chaos, or maybe it's just like whatever's going around you, it's actually working in your favor. It's elevating, I keep getting your consciousness in some way, even though it feels like, or it looks like maybe to you or to others that it's destructive. Interesting. There's a lot of I'm hearing play between light and dark. You're learning how to balance some energies here. Okay, let's get some more cards out and see what else is going on for you, group 1. What does group 1 need to know? Yeah, look at this. Nature and gifts. It's like this storm, this part of nature, right? Hold on. It feels to me like forces outside of yourself that are seemingly out of your hands and out of your control are actually an energy source that you have the gift to work with. So this could be like external chaos, like in your world, or maybe this is literally nature and weather. But there's something here that it's like part of your gifts to work with this energy, chaos energy. And I don't mean this in a negative way. I mean, you're a peace bringer, or that when things get stirred up, you're able to see what's happening from a higher perspective. It like the energies lift you up, whereas others might be thrown for a loop. This is part of your gift. And when a storm happens, things get kicked up, right? Things like I'm seeing literally a storm where pieces of paper are flying in different directions. A storm will take objects from one place and put them in another. And when we find them, we have no idea how they got there. Oh, that's interesting. And then my little sage spray here is on its side and remind me of like a message in a bottle situation, which is kind of the same message, right? It's like the message comes to us and we have no idea how it got there, but nature carried it to us. Ooh, this is interesting, group one. So I feel like you're going to find something, maybe literally, or maybe this is more of a metaphor, but I'm really excited for this. It feels like very exciting, enlightenment, success. You're going to find something and it's brought to you by the storm. And it's a gift for you. And it's part of your gift for things to come to you out of storms. What is it that you're holding? You're holding a button. A button. Button has 4 holes too. Let's see. Something about squaring the circle, perhaps. Okay, hold on. I'm hearing Picasso, and this kind of looks like a Picasso painting. Something about art, maybe. But Picasso is like weird, right? And he used shapes really in interesting ways, abstract, surrealist kind of. There's something that's happening that is out of the ordinary, but it's meant to come towards you. Okay, let's find out. What is this? What card should I use? What is coming towards group one? What is coming towards group one? Something about rhubarb. Queen of Wands. The Emperor in reverse. The Queen of Cups in reverse. And the World. Okay, here's the storm. Here's the chaos. The Queen of Cups and the Emperor in reverse. This is a lack of control of like emotions. Like emotional dysregulation, maybe somebody else's or maybe in the collective. This is feeling disempowered. Could be codependency that someone is experiencing around you or a group of people. 3 of Swords. Yeah. Some kind of painful situation that's happening in and or around you. But look, the Fool. You turn over a new leaf while others fight in what to believe. You turn over a new leaf while others fight in what to believe. Okay. The Queen of Wands and the World. What you're doing here, the gifts you have and the things you find, they help the world. Maybe you're doing something with animals or the environment, but even just energetically, you're in service to the whole, to the all, to the world, to the universe. And your service comes into play, into effect, when others are in disarray. There's something about rhyming here that's coming through too. And to me, rhyming is like, there's a rhythm. There's like, there's a rhythm, a natural unfolding of your gifts. So if you're concerned about things that are going on around you and that feel chaotic, you're going to be okay. And in fact, you are going to be gifted some kind of awareness of how you are able to resolve the Lovers and the 2 of Wands and the Ace of Swords, how you're able to resolve contracts that were made It feels to me, group one, how do I say that? That you're able to like interject or intervene to change the course of direction for yourself or for others whenever there's a karmic contract. I don't know what this is all about, okay? But there's some kind of power that you have, some gift that you have to set things straight. So it's like when there's chaos, it's like, oh, group one, now you might like feel called to be in service or called to go do something or called to be on the scene, I'm hearing, or to respond. And it's like you're setting the record straight. Okay, anything else? I feel like that's it. I feel that's the message. Okay, group one, so that's what I have for you. I'm going to move to group two. Okay, group two, elephant and seal, community, perseverance, spirit, and perception. There's an unlikely meeting that is happening between two people. There's other messages here too, but that's important. You're going to meet someone who you didn't expect to meet. Maybe you're crossing paths unexpectedly. It could be someone new. I'm not sure. Let's see. What else do we have here? But there's some recognition between the two of you. Like I'm seeing the seal and the elephant meet. And it's like the seal's looking over like, oh, hi. The elephant's like, I remember you. Interesting. So maybe this is like a soul family. Because it says community. Okay, hold on. Resistance, anticipation, and night. This has been in the works for some time, like energetically, cosmically. Look at this anticipation card with all these empty tables. It's like, this is going to be a show for the ages. This is going to create a stir. Even if this is you coming into union with someone, it's going to have a bigger effect. And this effect could be unseen, okay? Night card. You might not realize that your union with someone is having such a big impact. And others of you could realize this. But I feel like Spirit is, like, you know, the guides have been anticipating this connection or this meeting for some time. And you may have as well. But not being able to really name it or put your finger on it, but you're just feeling like you're anticipating someone coming into your life. There's been resistance though. Maybe this is doubt that you've had. Let's see. What's the resistance? What's the resistance, Spirit? Vigilance. Being very careful about who enters your life, who you connect to. Web of life, your fate is intricately entwined with others, so step mindfully as you go along. Okay, so you've been a little bit resistant to connecting here with someone or a group of people or something because you're being vigilant. You don't want to connect with the wrong people. You want to be mindful. Okay, it seems reasonable. The novice. Okay, so you're making a new connection, or this is a new situation for you. You're approaching something new. Okay, what's the guidance here, Spirit? What's the guidance? Ace of Wands. This is a big opportunity, this meeting. Can you tell me more about... Yeah, give me some more guidance first, and then we'll ask that. if you come with suspicions that this meeting, maybe it's you and an employer, you and a family member, you and a friend, you and a group of people, you and, I don't know, and it could be anything, gallery opening, you and a stranger on the street, you from someone with the past that you want to meet with, or I don't know, something happens here. If you come to this meeting with the perception that there's going to be something to fear and to be hyper vigilant about, then that is what will unfold. Like, it won't be able to live up to its potential, this meeting, this connection. Yeah, it's like it will end some kind of potential or possibility, the star in reverse. So while it's good to be vigilant and to have boundaries and expectations and like certain red flags and no thank yous and all of that is good, and keep those in place, be mindful of when you may be using some of those boundaries or vigilance because of habit or because of your own fears that aren't really warranted in the situation, and you're just like used to doing that. Because I feel like for someone here, I don't know, you're going to meet someone and then you're going to fall back on some old way of thinking about something that is, this is a good connection. In other words, this is a good connection. It's a good meeting. But it feels like you may be a little suspicious of it. But you can help someone, I heard. You are going to help someone, something like this. Okay, can I know more here? Or what else is there to know? Tell me more about this. I feel like you're the seal. So they remember, so that makes them the elephant, they remember you. Okay, where are they remembering group 2 from? Who is this? What is this? Knight of Wands. 6 of Cups. This could be someone who tried to pursue you in the past or who wanted to meet up with you in the past, or it's like a soulmate connection on some level. It could be even a soulmate connection with a particular career opportunity or friendship. This is like 9 of Swords, 8 of Wands, but they have also been fighting it on some level. 5 of Cups. Okay, there's a few different scenarios here. Should I say that? No. You got to take this how it resonates for you. But there is definitely an energy here that knows you, whether this is energetically, soulfully, or actually, that has had resistance coming towards you because they've been fearful or worried. It's like they have the same vigilance you do, okay, about the situation or just in general. But they are making some kind of movement. I'm seeing the elephant doing the walking here, making the movement towards you, and you're going to meet them. And this is not like, this is fated. This is not a chance encounter. It's been anticipated here. So tell me more about the Knight card. Maybe this is literally happening at night. I'm also seeing 333. Strength. 10 of Cups, 2 of Cups, the Chariot, the Devil, and the 5 of Wands. I want to say the darker forces, maybe the shadow side of yourself or someone else or like others don't really want this meeting or union to happen. Or there's going to be some competition, some jealousy if it's a work thing. Okay, there's some resistance for sure around this because, I don't know, why does somebody not want this to happen? Page of Pentacles in reverse. The Hermit. Well, it could be an opportunity that somebody else wanted. Okay. There's some resistance to this meeting. There could even be like weird things that happen. You decide to meet with someone and then it's like something happens and you have to reschedule. There's resistance for sure in the energy here, and with the Devil and the Five of Wands. And maybe this is what creates so much anticipation. It's like, okay, well, when is this going to happen? But when it does happen, it kind of happens unexpectedly. That's what I'm taking from this Knight card. It's like you don't really see it coming, but it happens. The Chariot, Strength, 2 of Cups, and 10 of Cups. This is a good union. This is a good meeting. This opens a door for you to something long-term that you've been wanting to move towards. This has a backbone, I'm getting. I'm seeing this red thread here, which we've talked about on the channel quite a bit. On the community tab, there's a huge thread about it. Yeah, there's a huge comment section about it if you want to check that out. But when I saw this, I heard you're pulling the red thread. You're bringing something into, like, your destiny's coming together in some way through this meeting. Okay, can I get, like, anything more specific? Let's get a timing card here for you. Find out what's going on. And then I'm going to pull one oracle card, and we'll leave it at that. Let's see. Stop waiting. Then we have mourning. Not too late. Someone could have been mourning something, like there's some grief involved, and because I saw the 5 of Cups here, and they've been having some kind of resistance towards bringing things together. And this could be someone you don't know even, who's been struggling to go out there, even maybe for a walk, and the day they do is the day that you meet. It could be something like that. There's lots of possibilities here of how this could actually come into form. But I feel like it's a new day with the mourning card. It's not too late. And stop waiting for something to happen. But there's anticipation. Why stop waiting? Maybe you've heard this story a few times from different readers and you're waiting for it. Why stop waiting? Why stop waiting? The World, the Queen of Wands, the Emperor in reverse, the Queen, because you're getting bitter waiting. 7 of Pentacles, yeah, Queen of Cups in reverse, and you're starting to think there's something maybe wrong with you, or you're not manifesting properly, or you don't control the situation. And you're redirecting your attention. So then, okay, so stop waiting. But, I mean, how are they not going to wait after this message? So what should they do? The World. Or the World, I said. Interesting. But maybe you need to travel somewhere if you've been thinking about traveling. Or maybe you're the one who needs to go for the walk. Explore something. The Wheel of Fortune. Follow the changing of the season. Follow the changes of the seasons. Follow the changes of the season. Yeah. And the changes of the tide. Go with the flow. Feel change, I think is what Spirit's saying. Like, you know how it can be a beautiful sunny day and then it rains? Notice, observe how things change so quickly. Things change on a dime in our world. So many things. There's cycles. And so stop waiting because things are going to change. There's cycles happening. It's not too late for this meeting to take place. The Emperor and the Upright. And once you really have faith in that, the Fool, and believe that, that's when this new meeting happens. And you create it as well. You manifest it as well by witnessing the changes that are constantly happening. Nothing ever stays the same. And it's not too late. All right, group 2. That's exciting. You'll have to let me know, or you don't have to, but I'd like to know when this happens, what happened, if you want to share with me. All right, I'm going to move to group 3. Okay. Okay, group 3. The spider and the crane. Connection, shadow, and dance meditation. Be delicate with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. If you're doing any inner work, exploration into your web of experiences that were created, then only go as far and as deep into those experiences that have happened in your life as you feel guided and comfortable to go. In other words, don't push yourself too far into the shadow space when you don't feel comfortable with doing so. Now, shadow work is always pretty uncomfortable, but there's a difference between being uncomfortable and being grounded and knowing you're safe and all of that, and then being uncomfortable and feeling like you're going to go off the deep end with something. So if you feel like you're treading dangerous territory within yourself or within a particular situation, take a step back. Okay? Shadow work gets talked about a lot in different places, in different spiritual places and psychology and so forth, and pop culture too. But it's kind of serious stuff. You're going into your subconscious mind, pushing yourself at times to open doors that your conscious has closed because it was too much at some point. And so if we're going to open those doors, we should be able to open them with a little bit of resistance, but maybe the door opens, it hasn't been open a while, it's like a creak, it's a little creaky. We shouldn't have to get a pry bar and pry the door open. And if we're doing that, it's probably not the right time. Okay, so this is a message here for someone who's really doing some deep inner work, and perhaps you need to ground a little bit or give yourself some boundaries, some guidance, some safety and security as you navigate yourself and your inner world, because you can go quite mad going into places in your psyche that aren't ready to be danced with. You know what I'm saying? And this is when good therapy is useful, right? Because a good therapist will help you navigate that and pull you back when you need to be and all this stuff and hold your hand, etc. But if you don't have access to that or you're not interested in that whole thing, then this is just really allowing yourself to take your time. Because another thing that happens too is if you're a person who's in pursuit of ascension and higher levels of intuition and psychic abilities and all that stuff, and you hear a lot of people talking about how they got to that place by doing shadow work, which is a refrain, is this something that's said quite a bit, because it's true, then you might feel to get to that place I want to get to spiritually, to evolve to that place, I have to go into the shadow. But maybe it's not the right time, or maybe there's certain spaces that aren't ready to go to yet. Because usually shadow work doesn't come by choice. Sometimes we hit a place where there's nowhere else to go but to open that creaky door and see what's behind it. It's the only door that there is at the moment, you know? So sometimes forcing ourselves to do shadow work either ends up not being really shadow work. We're not really going into our subconscious. We're not allowing things to surface. We're just kind of using our conscious mind in ways that aren't really helpful. Or we go into a place that is beyond our means at the moment. Okay, so this is telling me somebody here needs to know that it's okay to rest right now and give yourself a reprieve from some of the heavy lifting that you've been doing. And it's not to say that you're not being successful. You've probably gone to places that a lot of other people wouldn't dare go to. But there are places in our psyche that we'll never actually touch and reach. And some of that is for good reason. Okay? What else, Spirit? Intellect. Wow. You're a smart person too. Which can be like a double whammy when you're doing shadow work, because you understand intellectually some of the concepts and ideas around what it means to do inner work and so forth. And so you, like, intellectually, you know how to go to those places, but maybe emotionally or somatically, like in your body, there's a resistance saying, no, I don't want to go there. But your mind's like, but we got to. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of pay more attention to how your body's feeling. Summer and divergence. Okay, this is a very interesting message, and it won't be for everyone. So if it's offending you or you feel like it's not resonating, just don't listen to it. It's your choice. But someone here could be doing shadow work or so engrossed in that subconscious world and the healing and the trauma and all of that because you're trying to escape something or move away from something else in your life that actually requires your conscious attention. And it's an easy distraction. It's an unhealthy, which is interesting because that is your shadow, right? That is your shadow doing something there. I feel like you're outsmarting yourself here with something. Or maybe you think you are. Hold on a second. Death and abandonment. Let me get a few more. Yeah, look. Ascending, begin again. And let's get one more of these. What else for group 3? The Wren, courage and humility. Well, it takes courage to have humility and to also know when something is beyond ourselves, that we're not ready for something, that we can't go there. Like, for instance, I know there's places in my shadow and also traumas that I have yet to work through. And I know that once I go to those places, I'll ascend. I'll be better for it. I'll be more integrated, etc., etc. But I also know when everything in my being is saying, we're not ready to go down that spiral right now. So you have to listen to that too, to honor that part of yourself. Okay? So I'm getting death, abandonment, begin again. It's best to cut any losses and start anew right now. You will gain more in the long run. Ascending, you are making a leap in consciousness now. Let go of anything holding you back. And I feel like you are ascending. And humility is a massive part of ascension. Having humility. Knowing that you don't know everything about everyone or even yourself, especially about yourself. Okay? Knowing that you get things wrong at times, and that's okay, that you're still going to learn things as you progress on your path. All of this is part of ascension. And when you can have humility and admit like your wrongs or where you thought you knew something, but you really didn't, or you overstepped or whatever it is, when you have that humility, it's a big leap in your consciousness. It's a big gain. It's a big, big, beautiful part of someone's character, psyche, and soul to have humility. And I feel like you do have humility. And I feel like your humility is actually the part of you that's calling you to take a step back right now from the shadow work. Not from like your spiritual stuff, not from whatever it is you enjoy doing, but from like being hard on yourself for not like discovering all those like traumas and wounds and whatever. Abandonment and death, and maybe there is grief here. And you're trying to go further and further into it. But it's just not the time right now. Golden Eagle. Maybe you should watch Group 1. Yeah, I feel like Group 1 has a message for you. Enlightenment, success. Okay, let's see. Journey, ambition with the horse. Okay, let's see what else Spirit has to say to you. Release and waterproof. Yeah, okay, so this card, waterproof, it talks about how crows here, their feathers are waterproof, like they repel water, so they can sustain being in the rain and they don't get wet to the core. And so metaphorically, this card talks about how you're able to not let things affect you emotionally. And I feel like what's being said here is this belief you have that you can handle something, or that you're like waterproof to a situation, that nothing's going to really affect you, or, you know, how do I say this? Being tough, like having that tough, I can handle this. I can do this. I can confront this. You know, I don't know what it is exactly, but Spirit's saying you can release that. It's okay to be a little bit nervous. It's okay to like be a little bit cautious about exploring certain parts of yourself. There's a time and a place and a person for everything. Some of you who are really involved in inner work right now, working with someone else would be really helpful. Oh, anticipation. That came through for Group 2, and they had a message about an important meeting. So yeah, so some of you could work with someone so that any upheaval that results or any upheaval that happens as a result of doing shadow work can be handled. Because when you do shadow work, it's not like you just do this inner exploration, then you go about your day and everything's the same as it was. It creates a whole upheaval of emotions, of thoughts, of things from the past coming up, and it can really disturb something, and that can be a good thing. But we have to be ready and prepared for that too. And sometimes we don't really need it either. Okay? So let's see. Interesting message here, Group 3. What else needs to be said here for Group 3? Any other guidance or message? 4 of Wands, Knight of Swords, the Emperor, and the Queen of Cups, and the Hermit. Let me get one of these cards too. It's okay to be stable. It's okay for things to be calm. And sometimes it's okay for things to be boring. Sometimes it's not actually boredom. It's just safety, and there's no chaos going on. Something is very secure in your life right now and stable, or wants to be. a new beginning is here for you, and you need to allow that new beginning to happen. But something about this shadow work that you're doing, or inner work, or whatever you want to call it, is, well, what is it doing? I'm seeing action there, and then extremes, the masculine. Well, it's almost like you're trying to control something rather than letting it happen. Beauty and growth. Gratitude. This is a big time for you to grow. Like, this is a growth, you're having a growth spurt. That's it. You're having a growth spurt. So allow yourself to grow. What about this masculine energy? And don't restrict yourself from the growth. You're ready. You're ready. You are ready. Justice. You are ready. And even if things are still kind of like, you're working through some things, it doesn't mean that you can't go forward. You don't need to figure everything out first before you open the new door. It doesn't really work like that. So you can go ahead and step through this doorway to your new beginning and allow yourself to grow in a beautiful way. And you can circle back to all of this other stuff that you're working through when King of Pentacles in reverse, when it calls you, when you are confronted with it. Okay? So, is there any other message here? Let's pull out one of these cards and see if we can get a closing message. That was a different one, group 3. But yeah, definitely needed. You go slow. You go at your own pace. Okay? Some of you need to build some trust, either with someone, maybe a therapist, a counselor, or a friend that you're talking to, or like a coach of some sort. Or you need to build some kind of trust with yourself before you allow yourself to open that door. And it's not to say that the person's untrustworthy or that you're untrustworthy. It's just like that foundation of trust is actually a big part of your healing. So it's important you build that. It's maybe even more important that you build that foundation of trust than it is opening the door. You know what I mean? Closing message for group 3. Cosmic womb, the divine feminine. Number 6. Yeah, see, the masculine is in the challenge here. So this is like that call to do something, to take action, to be brave, to have courage, to go there. Let's see. Creativity, the divine feminine. The cosmic womb is a reminder that you're undergoing a beautiful process of birthing a new self into being. Beauty and growth. You don't know who or what it is yet, but you know it's full of life and love and passion and spirit. It's the perfect expression of you, imbued with love incarnate and ignited by the vital spark received from the divine. If you've had a difficult time in recent memory, feeling dry and stagnant or lost and unsupported, this is changing right now. You will feel newly inspired as so many ideas beckon for your attention. Know that you're safe to explore the expression of rejuvenated creativity, releasing all judgment as your curiosity is piqued. Maybe you've already done the shadow work for this season, you know? Yeah, and it's time to reap the rewards of that and have the new beginning. You're in the most fertile cycle of your life right now. Growth spurt. Intuitively keen, with heart wide open, mindful that each step in the direction of your dreams and desires is effortlessly supported by all the divine helpers in the unseen realms. You are so supported to move forward. I feel like Spirit doesn't want you to diverge from this beautiful new beginning, this beautiful period of growth and abundance, by going into something right now that doesn't really need to be. Doesn't mean you can't do it at another time, but everything has ebbs and flows. So you need to be on that upward spiral of growth and beauty and new beginnings. And then if you want, you can spiral down later. Okay? So don't pressure yourself to do anything here, and listen to yourself, your intuition, your body. When it's too much, it's too much, and that's okay. All right. That's what I have for you, Group 3. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.